Hey guys, my name is Hutchens. I'm making this video for my online employment law class. In this video, we're going to be looking at two different companies. We're going to discuss how they use employment law in their day-to-day operations. The first company we're going to be looking at is Jim Beam. Jim Beam is the #1 bourbon distillery in the world. They have one distillery located in Claremont, Kentucky, and another located down here in Boston, Kentucky. Most of the employees at the distilleries are part of a union, the Food and Commercial Workers Union. Now, if you recall, just recently they had to deal with a company-wide crisis. Back in October, more than 250 employees at both the Claremont and Boston distilleries walked off the job and went on strike. The reason why they went on strike is because they were working them excessive hours. According to the Courier-Journal, they were being worked anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week. Now, the issue here was that the union employees had a starting salary of $17.22. Instead, Beams was hiring a bunch of temporary employees at $11 an hour and working their union employees crazy amounts of overtime. Now, the other problem was, by bringing in all these temporaries, it was essentially weakening the union. So in order to prevent that, they decided to go on strike. The strike lasted about a week, and eventually the CEOs at Suntory Beam got together and they made an agreement with the president of the union. They agreed that they would hire on 30 more full-time union employees by July, I believe, and they were going to remove the two-tier system of pay for the union. No longer would a new union employee be paid $17.22, they would automatically get the full pay of $23 an hour. So, after a successful vote with the union, they decided to reach an agreement and go back to work. The second company I'd like to talk about today is my family's company, Promotional Wood Products. My dad started this company in the 80s. He originally worked for Beams at the Boston plant. In 1985, they had a 2-year shutdown of that plant. So while my dad was laid off, he decided he was going to go into business for himself, and he started a cabinet shop here in Boston, Kentucky. It eventually grew from that. Since he had such good friendships there at Beams with Booker Noe, who was the master distiller, when they decided to put Booker's bourbon in a wooden box for display, they approached my dad and asked if he'd be interested in taking the job, and of course he did. My uncle and mom kind of partnered up with them, and they grew this company, and we've really grown a lot since then. We've taken on more projects. We're doing, there's a Knob Creek box and the H. Taylor box, Wild Turkey. We bought a printer now where we can print wooden signs and all this barrelhead artwork we're doing now. So things have really improved for us, but we're still a small company. We only employ about 12 people. Because we're such a small company, we have a very close relationship with our employees. And our 3 biggest priorities here, in order of importance, are safety, quality, and productivity. Like I said, safety is our biggest concern. Being a wood manufacturing shop, you're going to be working around saws and a lot of heavy machinery, and if you're not careful and don't take the right precautions, it's very easy for someone to get hurt, and that's the last thing we want. So one of the things we've done, obviously we have to abide by the OSHA regulations, but OSHA offers a great service. It's called voluntary compliance. Basically what that means, that's something we take part in to help promote safety around here, is voluntary compliance basically means they will send an inspector out here free of charge, and they will do an inspection of our company and let us know of any violations, and basically just let us know how we can improve. That way we know that we're abiding by their regulations and everyone here is safe. Some of the things we'll do, obviously safety glasses are required on the shop floor. We run some pretty loud machinery sometimes, so there's ear protection that must be worn by some of the employees. The control boxes, we always keep 3 feet cleared in front of that. So lockout tagout's another OSHA regulation that we follow to keep our employees safe. For example, if our maintenance man was coming over here to work on a molding machine, he'd turn the power off on the circuit breaker, he has a lock that he can put in here. And this way, that keeps, while he's working on this machine, nobody can come over here and turn the power on. That way, he doesn't get electrocuted, nobody gets hurt. It's just an extra safety precaution we take to make sure our employees stay safe. In addition to following the OSHA regulations to keep our employees safe, we also have to follow any standards set by the EPA. For example, with the Division of Water and Air, they require that we dispose of our sawdust in a way that will not affect any of that. So we put in a dust collection system. Obviously, you can see the CNC down there. The CNC is a computerized router pretty much, and when it cuts, those pipes you see will collect the sawdust that comes off of it. It's fed through the system and fed into these bags here. When the bags get full, we dispose of them properly. This is the finish department here at Promotional Wood Products. We use a lot of clear coat and stains, so we're working with a lot of chemicals in here, and we have to take the precautionary measures accordingly. There are several eye wash stations here. We have respirators if somebody chooses to use them, but this booth is equipped with a ventilation draft. That way the respirator is not even required by OSHA as long as this is pulling like it should. And like I said, under voluntary compliance, we have an inspector come out every 2 years, and we've never had a problem with that. However, when you clean these guns, we're using solvents to clean these guns at the end of the day when you use them, and the excess waste will go into a drum. When the drum gets full, we make sure we dispose of it. We use a company called Superior Solvents to do that. That way, we're not violating any EPA standards. Well, I hope you thought this video was helpful in informing you of how union employees like the ones at Jim Beam can go on strike and how they could potentially resolve that crisis. Hope you enjoyed looking at our company, Promotional Wood Products, and seeing how we abide by the employment laws such as OSHA and the EPA regulations to keep all of our employees safe. Thanks for watching.